Well, it is another weekend. A little different video this trip, but just out in the Yaws tent here at WMA here at Fort Cobb Lake. I found a side here out of the wind, and it's like 50 degrees right now. It's actually really comfortable. I did bring the diesel heater back there just in case. I haven't used it this year, so I do need to fire it up anyways. But planning on a real fire, just chilling here by the lake. Brought a little bit of extra lighting and stuff just for filming. I was hoping for a clearer day, but these clouds rolled in and it's just cloudy. But there's like one other person on this road, I think, so pretty quiet. Seen one boat out fishing. But just wanted to take a little break from the state parks and the overland trips and all the stuff I've been doing and do something simple. And I ended up working late Friday anyways, so figured I'd just grab the tent, come out, do a little overnighter, just one night, cook up some food, have a real fire, just relax. Now, I did get here later than expected. There was an OKC Overland meetup this morning. So I went there, hung out with a few people I hadn't seen in a while, met some new people. Left there about noon. I think I got here about 2. It was like a helicopter somewhere. But anyways, just been setting up, filming. I didn't stake the tent out all the way. I just did, you know, the majority of it. Because right now there's no wind over here. There is a little bit of trash scattered, which is typical for this WMA. I'll grab a trash bag, pick it up in the morning, leave it better than I found it. But one thing I want to show is, even though we've had a lot of rain, like we had quite a bit of rain here recently, so much I couldn't work for like a week. But look how low this lake still is. You know, up here is the normal bank line, and that water is still quite a bit low. Do some walking around and exploring here this evening and probably in the morning, but just a simple solo overnight trip. I have gotten a few messages about me doing all these state parks and stuff lately, and people hating on the fact that I'm not doing overland trips. I still want to do overland trips. I still have a Jeep. I still have that stuff planned. But I like getting out on adventures, no matter what kind of adventures they are. And the overland videos, like right now I'm sitting on one. It's a week-long trip up through the Flint Hills of Kansas. It takes a lot of editing. Some of these videos like this, less cameras, less footage, I can edit real quick. So the bigger trips take longer to edit. They'll be out. But I'm hitting these state parks because I realized there's a lot of them that aren't state parks anymore that was. And if I don't hit them now, there's a chance we're going to lose more in the future. So I'm trying to hit all of them. And as I'm doing this, I'm seeing new parts of the state that I've never been to. And, you know, adding new places I want to go. But there is still overland, you know, typical overland, more off-roady trips. Still got some coming. Still got some to edit. I've got a lot in the future. Working on planning out next year's trips. So hopefully some bigger, better stuff. But that's what I had planned this year. And work and things just didn't line out. So it is what it is. But I mean, what's wrong with coming out to WMA here? I'm like an hour from my house. It's peaceful. Other than the ducks and the occasional side-by-side on the other side of the lake driving around and stuff. It's been a great, peaceful night. I did bring my CVT light and stuff for filming, because it just helps filming at night. I can use that light. I brought the fire pit here because I wanted to cook on it. Haven't used it in a while anyways, so drug that out of the Jeep. And I haven't used this cot much. Usually I use my air mattress on the floor. So set up the cot. I'll have the diesel heater tonight. Got a light strip here. I'm testing it out. Probably gonna use it on the awning over in my annex room for the little teardrop trailer, but figured I'd drag it tonight for some light. A little simpler setup than I've been using, but still probably a lot for some people. This weather this week has been like in the 20s in the mornings and up to 70 and just all over the place. Everybody's sick. It's that time of year. I saw this weekend was probably going to be pretty decent, so I figured I'd come out and take advantage of the weather. I don't know if you can see them up there. Lots of pterodactyls flying around. Must be that time of year. Get off here, get a fire going, and get some food cooking for this evening before it gets too dark.
Close your eyes, hear the voice within calling. This heavy load got under your skin. All in, you got the white knuckles holding on it tight, keeping your feelings bottled up inside. Heading for collision and denial. To really live, you gotta die. Breathe in, breathe out. Hey, come alive. Breathe in, breathe out. Look at the colors, colors, colors. Right. Moments pass, make this one count. Untied, you're so good at dragging yourself down. Why? Well, there ain't much time left to figure things out. Deep underneath all the laser, your doubts. There's a heart gone out of rhythm in despair. Hell underwater, fine for air. Breathe in, breathe out. Hey, come alive. Breathe in, breathe out. Look at the colors, colors, colors around, around.
Just hanging out here by the fire. It's been a peaceful night. I was gonna get the drone up earlier, but with all the pterodactyls, ducks or geese or whatever you want to call them, I'm calling them pterodactyls. With all them flying around, I just wasn't gonna mess with it tonight. And the cloud cover was so thick, there really wasn't much colors. There wasn't much to see there anyways. So I just didn't fly the drone. Didn't feel like going to swimming to get it after a bird strike or something. But got the CVT light set up there. This is dirty. Just hanging out here. It's dark now, like 6 maybe. I'm gonna fire the diesel heater up here in a minute, just because I haven't used it this year. It needs to run, needs to clean out, need to give it a test night. Tonight's only gonna get down to like 40 maybe, 35, 40. Well warm enough for my sleeping bag to keep me good and comfortable. But it's a good night to test the diesel heater before I go out on a 0 degrees, real cold, crazy night. But burgers were pretty good. I didn't even check. I hope I got it all out of my beard, not dripping down my shirt or something. But yeah, just simple trip. You know, it's funny, this isn't far from my house. And I think I've had more nights out here that have just been just exactly what I needed, like tonight. Temperatures worked out great. It's been peaceful, you know. And man, weeks like this one, I get so busy at work and get so wore out. I'm like, maybe I just won't go camping. Maybe I'll just be lazy. And this is one of those spots that's close enough. This is one of those spots that I've pushed myself to go ahead and go. It's like, just go. It's right down the road. Load your stuff up. Doesn't matter if you're late, and go. And I've had more epic, relaxing, peaceful nights out here than anywhere else. But I think it is mostly because I do push myself to go ahead and go. You know, it's easy to come up with excuses and stay home. I got a million things I could be doing, a million things I need to be doing. But I mentally need these resets. I need this. I don't know how you feel about camping and overlanding and adventuring. Maybe it's just a hobby for you. For me, it's more of a lifestyle. It's who I am. Even though these trips may be close, they may be far, they may be short, they may be long, this is what keeps me going. Like anyone else, you know, the world's crazy. It's overwhelming at times, and I think all of us have mental health struggles and different struggles in life and stuff. And you need a way to deal with that. Camping and getting out is my way. You know, I don't drink, I don't do drugs, I don't do none of that. I eat too much food and go camping. That's my way of dealing with things. So this is what works for me. This is why I get out. It allows me to refresh and calm down and reset my mind. This is my on-off reset, you know. There's just something about being out here and feeling small for a change in the busy, crazy world, and sitting by a campfire and seeing the animals and the bugs and the birds and pterodactyls and Bigfoots and everything. You know, I was looking back at some of my memories on Facebook the other day, and it's basically been 3 years since I took the first group out on the Sugar Creek Loop, which really skyrocketed my overlanding and outdoors and everything. You know, I started doing way more routes and going to more events and hosting more events and doing all this stuff. It's pretty crazy in a small time how much things have changed. But the YouTube channel and stuff's been growing slowly, Instagram slowly, and I'm fine with that. I like that. You know, I know a lot of my growth issues is my own doings, but I don't like sharing my videos like some people do in every group. You know, you just see things plastered everywhere. I don't want to be that guy. People find my stuff, cool. They stay and watch it, cool. But this is me. This is what I like to do. And I appreciate you guys joining along and supporting me and doing all that stuff. Little trips, big trips, they're all trips, and they all need to be taken. But it's getting dark, it's getting cold. I'm starting to see my breath. I have to get my hoodie back on. I'm just in a long sleeve tee right now. But I think I'm gonna fire this diesel heater up and see if we can't get it purring. So as you can see, I got this one sitting on some logs to get it off the ground. I mount my exhaust and stuff on them where they're all in one, ready to go. And that exhaust gets hot, and I don't want to risk the ground catching on fire. Well, I've got my heater ticking away. One thing to keep in mind with these, when you have the hose, you're going to want it to be as short as possible, because the extra length will add resistance and can cause it to air out. Also, like the hoses like this, stretch it out as much as you can. That way it can get good flow through it. But typically with these heaters, I'm running them on the lowest setting, and that's all I need. I'll just open windows when I get hot. pretty simple and they work pretty good. I've moved into the tent here. Got the heater purring away. Or ticking away. Probably gonna get in bed here in a little bit. Watch some movies on Netflix or something and just relax. I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably just gonna go to sleep. Got the old cot here for another try. Haven't used it in a while. From what I remember though, I sleep on it pretty good. Got a 0 degree cheap Amazon bag. Not as good as the down bags I have, and I don't think it's 0 degrees. It says 0. To me it's more like a 20-30 degree bag, but whatever. It'll work for tonight. Just a good old peaceful evening. Definitely a much needed trip. But probably not going to do a time lapse or anything tonight because it's so cloudy. That would be a waste. No star photography or nothing. So probably going to call it a night here, and I'll check back in with you in the morning. Well, I got everything packed up at camp. I didn't film that. Didn't want to bore you. I didn't film much this morning because about 4:30, some deer hunters showed up down here and I didn't want to disturb them while they were hunting. So I just kind of hung out in the tent this morning, and honestly it was so foggy and overcast, and even right now it's still pretty foggy off in the distance. Wasn't much to film, wasn't much to see, wasn't much to do. So I hung out in the tent. Some fish bones here. But anyways, just hung out in the tent. Once they left, things started drying up. Oh, it did rain a little bit this morning too. So once everything got dry, decided I'd pack up. It's about noon now, so about my normal time for heading home. I picked a great spot. This side over here was out of the wind, sheltered. Just a couple 100 yards on this other shore over here is windy. And that's where the dude was hunting. And actually, I'm pretty sure this is his little duck blind he made. I'm gonna go be nosy, but just roaming around a little bit on foot. So we got some dog tracks, some human tracks, and some ATV tracks that aren't supposed to be down here. Some deer tracks, and a debris blind. A couple of 12 gauge shells. Must be what they were hunting with. Love walking shorelines. You never know what you'll find, but I mean, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it is considerably windy. Somebody's decoy they forgot. Looks like they just took some debris, some tree limbs and stuff, and does this make me a duck hunter? I'm in a duck blind. But looks like they just took some tree limbs, some grass from up there, and camouflages a nice little spot. Somebody shot this duck. Poor thing. Didn't stand a chance. Quack, quack. But anyways, I'm gonna roam around here, pick up some trash, and call it a trip. Thanks for joining me on this one. Nothing big and epic, but sometimes it's nice to get out on something simple like this, especially when I've been so busy doing other things. But I'm gonna walk around, do my trash run, start working my way home. Don't forget to click like and subscribe, and come join me on another trip soon. And as always, there's still another mile left to explore. I'll see you on the trail.